Budew is a baby Pokemon done right. We're reading them all, and in battle, it's surprisingly decent. Obviously, its HP and defense are bad, so you have to be careful, but its special stats and speed are really good for the early game. I've swept the first gym in Sinnoh with just Stun Spore and Mega Drain Budew, but to be fair, this isn't just about Sinnoh, and since it's a friendship evolution, you don't even technically have to use it for that long. But overall, it's a surprisingly solid early game Pokemon. 3.5 stars in battle prowess. As for availability, you can get it pretty much right away in Sinnoh, Kalos, and Galar. Then through breeding Roselia, you can get it before the third gym in Oras, so that will average out to give Budew 5 stars in availability. Then both of Budew's evolutions really play on the duality of both roses and femininity, balancing both beauty and the whole femme fatale vibe. But Budew is pretty much just a little baby rosebud. It makes perfect sense for the line and for a grass poison type, but doesn't really do much on its own or to add to the line in terms of concept. 2 stars. It is a pretty cute little guy though. To be fair, I don't think there is a whole lot you can do in terms of design for a rosebud Pokemon to make it super interesting or eye-catching, but it's pretty good. It serves its purpose. It's cute, and it even has the little baby bib leaves to show it's a baby Pokemon. I like Budew, but I think 3 stars is probably fair. So sadly, that does plant little Budew the final score of 3.375 stars overall and the spot on the bottom 5 for now. Oh, and since we've already done Roselia, I figured I would just throw that video in here just for continuity and as a recap. So Roserade will come after that. Roselia is completely overshadowed by its evolution, but it is a respectable former standalone Pokemon. We're rating them all, and even in battle, it's pretty decent. It has good special attack and decent special defense, but its speed and physical frailty definitely make it risky to use. Grass and Poison is an okay typing. It's much better for Roselia in the later gens with the physical special split making moves like Sludge Bomb and Venoshock special, and of course effectiveness against the Fairy type, but even back in Gen 3, Roselia had a good move pool. Leech Seed, Stun Spore, Magical Leaf, Giga Drain, Toxic. It was a pretty good option into Hoenn's abundant water types, especially with how crazy early you can get it across the regions. 3.5 stars in battle prowess. It's available before the third gym in Hoenn, then thanks to being able to catch its baby form Budew, you can get it before the first or second gym in Sinnoh, Kalos, and Galar, so that easily averages out to 5 stars. And Roselia is a pretty literal representation of roses and their duality. Roses are beautiful flowers, but hide sharp thorns, and Roselia has beautiful flowers and a head mounted with 3 sharp poisonous thorns. So that is a pretty direct and simple concept, but it's pretty cool, especially for a grass poison type. 3 stars. And I'll admit, before the addition of arguably my favorite grass type ever, Roserade in Gen 4, you could have convinced me Roselia just didn't exist. But since then, it has grown on me significantly. After giving it a fair shake and really looking, it's a really pretty and well done Pokemon. The roses look great, even the leaf coming down the torso doubling as a dress with shoulder pads is done really well. So though it may be somewhat forgettable, it's quietly a really good design. 4 stars, which gives Roselia 3.875 stars overall. Roserade is arguably my favorite non-starter grass type Pokemon of all time. We're rating them all, and it is an absolute special sweeper with 125 special attack and great special defense and speed. Its grass poison typing even gets much better post Gen 6 with the addition of the Fairy type. Its move pool is also just really awesome. Even in Gen 4, by the time you get the stone to evolve it, it will have some amazing grass moves like Leech Seed, Giga Drain, and Synthesis, along with some great TMs like Sludge Bomb, Energy Ball, and Shadow Ball. It can output amazing damage and even has plenty of recovery, but its physical defense and HP become a slight liability when you consider it's not quite top tier speed. I'm not gonna lie, I was really on the fence about this one, but you guys helped me land on 4.5 stars in battle prowess. Now both Budew and Roselia got 5 stars in availability, but with Roserade we do have to factor in when you can get the shiny stone. Remember, with evolutions, it's not strictly you can't get this evolution until this point in the game, therefore it's 2 stars. It's more of if it's a super late evolution, it gets a deduction on its original score. And in that case, you can get the shiny stone before the third gym in Kalos and at the latest the 6th gym in the others, so really not any later than you're going to get your starter fully evolved in most cases, so I don't think that deserves a deduction. 5 stars. Then Roserade is pretty clearly based on a mix of roses and the idea of a masquerade, which even just with the roses themselves makes sense as the beautiful flowers hiding sharp thorns thing, but it goes a step further. It seems to be more closely inspired by a different type of flower which masquerades as a rose and is actually poisonous, which ties in really well with its poison type and the fact that Roserade attracts prey with its aroma and dances to then strike them down with lethal poisonous thorned whips. That is an incredible concept for the oversaturated grass and poison type. 5 stars. And its design, as I said at the start, is admittedly one of my favorite Pokemon, period, even though you guys still think I hate girly Pokemon. But Roserade's design is just fantastic. It takes the pretty but kind of forgettable Roselia and evolves it into this femme fatale rose, masquerading as a hero or vigilante looking Pokemon. The white petals on top really add a nice touch of contrast, and I like how they turned the weird front cape of Roselia into an actual actual cape here, as well as the roses becoming bouquets. Not that I take the polls into too much consideration, but you guys do seem to share the same opinion here, so yeah, 5 stars. Which will give Roserade a stunning 4.875 stars overall and a spot high up on the top 5.